Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to unlock a really fundamental part of English conversation, how to ask and answer those simple yes or no questions. Getting this right is a total game changer for sounding more natural and confident. So let's jump right in.
So let me just start by asking you something directly. Are you happy? This exact question, this is the perfect example of what we're going to break down today. It's simple, it's direct, and it's looking for a very specific kind of answer. Okay, first things first. What exactly is a yes-no question? Think of these as your secret weapon for starting a conversation. They're often the absolute easiest and most effective way to get some information and just get a dialogue going.
I mean, the definition is pretty much right there in the name, right? It's any question that can be answered with a simple yes or no. You're not asking for a whole story or a big explanation, just a straightforward confirmation.
Let's see what that looks like. Take these for example. Do you like coffee? Or is she your friend? See, both are perfect. They don't ask why you like coffee or how she's your friend. Just a simple yes or no will do.
So how do we actually build these questions? Well, let's start with our first blueprint. This one is for questions that use the verb to be. Words like am, is, and are.
And trust me, this formula is super simple. It's just 3 easy steps. First up, you start with the right form of to be, am, is, or are. Step 2, you pop in the subject, like you, he, or the dog. And finally, step 3, you just finish the rest of the sentence. That's it.
And here's that formula in action. Are, that's our verb. You, that's our subject. And happy, the rest of it. Or how about is, the verb, he, the subject, at home. It's a really clean pattern, and it works every time.
Now for our second blueprint. But what about all the other verbs out there? The action words like, work, or play. Well, for those, we've got another formula. And this one uses the little helper verbs do and does.
And guess what? It's another simple 3-step deal. You kick things off with do or does. Then you add your subject. And for the final step, you add the main action verb in its simple base form. And this is important. That means no ing, no s at the end, just the plain, simple verb. All right, let's put this one into action. Do you like pizza? We use do here because our subject is you. But check out the next one. Does she work here? This time we use does because the subject is she. Once you see the pattern, it just clicks. So let's put them side by side for a second so you can really see the difference. For states of being, descriptions, things like that, you start with am, is, or are. For actions, you start with do or does. Seriously, getting this one difference down is the absolute key to nailing these questions. Okay, so asking the question is half the battle. But now we're going to master the other half, how to answer them so you sound totally natural, like you've been speaking English your whole life. And here it is. This is the secret that really separates learners from fluent speakers. Instead of repeating the whole question back in your answer, use what we call a short answer. It's quicker, it's cleaner, and honestly, it's just how people actually talk. Okay, this cheat sheet right here is your new best friend. Look at the pattern. If a question starts with are you, your answer is going to be yes I am or no I'm not. If it starts with do you, you'll say yes I do or no I don't. You see the pattern? You basically just echo back the little helper verb that started the whole question. All right, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with the single most important rule of all. If you can lock this one thing into your brain, you'll dodge the #1 mistake pretty much every English learner makes with these answers. So what is this big mistake so many people make? Well, it all comes down to repeating the main verb in your short answer, which is a huge no-no. And here it is. Look at this. If someone asks, do you like pizza? It is totally wrong to say, yes, I like. You have to use that helper verb from the question. The only correct short answer is, yes, I do. So here's the deal. The most crucial point is this. You've got to fight that urge to repeat the action verb or the whole sentence. Your go-to should always be that short answer form using am, is, do, or does. It's just cleaner, it's faster, and it's how it's done. Okay, you ready to try this out? Let's do a quick practice round. I'll ask, and you can just think of the short answer. Ready? First up, do you live in Tangier? Okay, next one. Is your teacher strict? And last one, do your friends study English? So, how'd you do? I bet you nailed it. All right, so for my last question to you, after breaking this all down, do you understand now? I'm really hoping your answer is a big,
confident, yes, I do. Thanks so much for tuning in.